Hello, today we will discuss Unit 4 and rest of the Unit 3 will be discussed later. Today we will discuss Unit 4 and topic is two sample problems. Let x1, x2 up to capital Xm be a random sample and which is drawn from the population with continuous CDF fx dot capital Fx dot and capital Y1 Y2 and so on Yn be another random sample from the population with continuous CDF Fy dot. Okay, then we are interested to in testing H naught hypothesis, null hypothesis H naught fxx is equal to fyx for all x. It means samples are drawn from the same population. Okay, if H naught if H naught is equal to fxxx is equal to fyy, it means samples are drawn from the same population. Now there will be three types of alternatives against the null hypothesis. Number one, we have first the general type of alternative according to which the two populations differ in any manner, okay, whatsoever, in location, in dispersion, in skewness, etc. The general form of such an alternative hypothesis is generally two-tailed, which is given as H naught fxx is not equal to fyx for at least one x, and let it be equation number 1. Now another type of alternative hypothesis is one-tailed, and which is given by H naught fyx is greater or equal to fxx for all x with fyx greater than fxx for at least one x. Okay, and let it be equation number 2. In alternative hypothesis, generally we assume that the variable x is stochastically larger than variable y. We also may have the alternative hypothesis that variable x is stochastically smaller than variable y. And for such problems, okay, note this alternative note that hypothesis that variable x is stochastically smaller than variable y, or variable y is stochastically larger than variable y. And for such problems, following tests are more useful. That is, number one, Wolf's run test. Second is Kolmogorov-Smirnov two sample test. Okay, and and third is Mann-Whitney U test. The second type of alternative hypothesis is known as location alternative hypothesis. The distribution differ in location only, and there is a special kind of the stochastically larger or smaller alternative hypothesis. The location alternative hypothesis is specified by H1 Fyx is equal to Fx x minus theta for all x, and small theta which is not equal to 0, and let it be equation number 3. Okay, and for such problems, following tests are useful. Number one, Wilcoxon test, Mann-Whitney U test, and Terry Hofding test. These are three tests. And last, the third type of alternative hypothesis is known as scale alternative hypothesis. Scale alternative hypothesis. And according to this alternative hypothesis, the two population differ only in their scale parameters, and the scale alternative hypothesis is represented as HS, that is Fyx is equal to Fx theta x for all x and some theta not equal to 1. And for such problems, following tests are useful, that is mood test and F Ansari test. Though these tests meant for the general alternative hypothesis may also be used for HL, means alternative hypothesis for location, and HS, location alternative hypothesis and scale alternative hypothesis. Here it is very clear that they would be less efficient. Okay, it is to be noted that these tests would be less efficient than the test especially designed to test the differences of a particular kind of problems. So we have discussed three situations of alternative hypothesis under two sample problems. So this is your two samples problem. Now we will discuss Ward Wolf Wedge Run test. This is very important test and very frequently used in many fields of research. Here we suppose that x1, x2, xn1 is an ordered sample from a population with density f1 dot, and y1, y2 up to yn2 be an independent ordered sample from another population with density f2 dot. Okay, now we want to test if the samples have been drawn from the same population or from population with the same density functions. That means f1 dot is equal to f2 dot. Okay, now we consider two samples and we arrange the observations in order of magnitude to give the combined ordered sample, say x1, x2, y1, y2, y3, x3, y4, x4, x5, y5, so on, and let it be denoted by 1. Okay, now we will define what is the run, what is the meaning of run. So here we have the definition of run. A run is defined as a sequence of letters of one kind surrounded by a sequence of letters of the other kind, and the number of letters in a run is usually known as the length L of the run. Okay, the number of elements in a run is usually known as the length L of the run. Thus, from 1 you can see that there are a number, there are a run of x. See 1, there are a run of x l is equal to 2. There are x1 x2, so run of x is l is equal to 2. And next there are y1 y2 y3, so there are a run of y l is equal to 3. After that you have x3, a run of x l is equal to 1. And after that you have y4, a run of y l is equal to 1. And after that you have x4 x5, so there are a run of x l is equal to 2, and so on. Okay, this is very simple. If both the sample come from the same population, then there would be through mingling of x's and y's, and consequently the number of runs in the combined sample will be large. On the other hand, if the samples come from the two different populations, so that their ranges do not overlap, then there would be only two runs of the type x1 x2 xn1 and y1 y2 yn2. Okay, these are very simple. Generally, any differences in mean and variances would tend to reduce the number of runs. Okay, generally any differences in mean and variances would tend to reduce the number of runs. Thus, the alternative hypothesis will entail too few runs. So this is about your run, and now we will discuss its procedure. Procedure is no doubt very long. Some part of the procedure we will discuss today. Procedure: in order to test null hypothesis h naught f1 dot is equal to f2 dot, that means the samples have come from the same population, we count the number of runs. That is u in the combined ordered sample. Means number of runs is capital U. Null hypothesis will be rejected if u, capital U, is less than small u0, where the value of u0 for given level of significance is determined from considering the distribution of capital U under H naught. Now, first of all, we find the probability of obtaining a specific arrangement. 1, as given in 1, under H naught f1 dot is equal to f2 dot is equal to f dot, say if x's and y's are transformed to use u and v by the relation ui, capital Ui is equal to integral minus infinity to xi fz dz, and bi is equal to minus infinity to yi fz dz. Then the joint PDF of u's and b's, u and v, becomes g small u1 u2 up to un1 comma b1 b2 bn2 is equal to n1 factorial and n2 factorial, and let it be equation number 2. The probability of an arrangement 1 is obtained on integrating equation number 2 over the region defined by 0 less than u1 less than u2 less than b1 less than b2 less than b3 less than u3 less than b4 less than and up to less than 1, means 0 and 1. It means integrating u over 0 to u1 over 0 to u2, then u2 over 0 to v1, and so on. Okay, the value of the integral will be, on simplification, as means the value of the integral we will find after simplification as this is equal to n1 factorial n2 factorial upon n1 plus n2 factorial, and this is equal to 1 upon n1 plus n2 cn1, and let it be equation number 3. Now since there are exactly n1 plus n2 cn1 arrangement of x1 of n1 x's and n2 y's, therefore it follows that all the arrangement of x's and y's are equally likely. Equally likely experiment, where the chance of happening of any event is equal. That is, this type of experiment is known as equally likely experiment. Okay, now since under h naught all the n1 plus n2 cn1 arrangements of n1 x's and n2 y's are equally likely, therefore to obtain the distribution of u under h naught, it is necessary to count all the arrangement with exactly u runs. Okay, now we consider the first case of even number of runs, means you have to consider the first case where the number of runs are even. That means u is equal to 2k. In this case we should have k runs of x's and k runs of y's. Okay, n1 x's will give k runs if they are separated by k minus 1 vertical bars in distinct spaces between the axes, and in other words k minus 1 spaces are to come out of the total numbers of n1 minus 1 spaces between the n1 axis, and this can happen in n1 minus 1 c k minus 1 ways. Okay, this is simple. Hence k runs of x's can be obtained in n1 minus c k minus 1 ways, and similarly k runs of y's can be obtained in n2 minus 1 c k minus 1 ways. The same result holds if the sequence of the runs as shown in 1 starts with xx or with y. Okay, since a sequence of type 1 may start with x or y, so we may get probability u is equal to 2k, probability u is equal to 2k is equal to 2 n1 minus 1 c k minus 1 into n2 minus 1 c k minus 1 upon n1 plus n2 c n1, and let it be equation number your 4. And if the numbers of runs in equation number 1 is odd, that means u is equal to 2k plus 1, then we should have either number 1 k plus 1 runs of x's and k runs of y's, or second k runs of x and k plus 1 runs of y. Hence probability u is equal to 2k plus 1 is equal to probability of 1 and probability of 2. This is equal to n1 minus 1 ck into n2 minus 1 ck plus n1 minus 1 ck minus 1 and into n2 minus 1 ck, and this divided by n1 plus n2 c n1, and let it be equation number 5. Okay, let it be equation number your 5. Now since the distribution of u under h naught is given by probability u is equal to 2k, and this is your equal to 2 n1 minus 1 ck minus 1 into n2 minus 1 ck minus 1 divided by n1 plus n2 c n1, and probability that u is equal to 2k plus 1 is equal to n1 minus 1 ck into n2 minus 1 ck minus 1 plus n1 minus 1 ck minus 1 into n2 minus 1 ck upon n1 plus n2 cn1, and let it be equation number 6. Now, if the probability of type first error, you know the type first error. If the hypothesis is true, but we reject the null hypothesis, yeah, any hypothesis, then it is called type first error. So, if the probability of type first error is fixed at alpha, then u0 is determined from the equation summation u is equal to 2 to u0, hu is equal to alpha, and let it be equation number 7, where hu is the function of u given by equation number 6. Now the calculation of u0 from equation number 7 is quite tedious and cumbersome unless n1 and n2 are large, in which case under h naught u is asymptotically normal with expectation of u is equal to 2 n1 n2 upon n1 plus n2 plus 1, and let it be equation number 8. Similarly, variance of u is equal to 2 n1 n2 in bracket 2 n1 n2 minus n1 minus n2 bracket close upon n1 plus n2 square into n1 plus n2 minus 1, and let it be equation number 9. And since you have expectation of u and variance of u, so you can use the normal test z. This is z is equal to u minus expectation of u upon under root variance of u, and this follows normal distribution with 0 1 asymptotically, and let it be equation number 10. Now it is important to note that this approximation is fairly good if each of n1 and n2 is greater than 10. Means n1 and n2 is greater than 10, then this approximation will give you good result. Since the alternative hypothesis is too few runs, so the test is ordinarily one-tailed with only negative values, leading to the rejection of h naught. So this is your run test, and this is very important, and it is asked in your exam, so prepare this and keep yourself happy. So this is all about up to day class. Thank you.